All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here from Moss Pond & Guns in Jonesboro, Georgia. And today we're going to have another 5 guns video for you. We've actually been thinking about this video for quite some time because it's actually kind of a serious subject. And we're going to talk about 5 guns that are ideal for the ladies out there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we have to be kind of careful how we approach this concept for several reasons. One reason is because we certainly don't want the ladies out there to feel like they're inadequate in any way or that they can't handle a larger gun or anything like that. And that's not what this video is intended to aim towards. But let's face it, a lot of ladies, especially as they're getting into shooting, some of you younger ladies or some of the maybe you're someone's daughter and you're a little bit younger and you just can't handle a larger gun. I mean, the physical constraints that require a lady to want a smaller gun is kind of what we're sort of basing some of these decisions off of. And I think that a lot of it has to do with, maybe their ability to like pull the slide back.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a number of different factors. I mean, we deal with a lot of women in here that come in and they're looking for either their first gun or their husbands bring them in and say, hey, I'm away from home all the time and I want my wife to have something at the house that she can use and operate efficiently in case there is something like a home intrusion or burglary or whatever the case may be. And I mean, a lot of times women just cannot rack the slide on an auto. I mean, they just can't do it. They just don't have the physical capacity to actually get that slide back, especially some of the smaller frame women. Now, there's other women out there that just, they manhandle and like, whoa, hey.
Exactly.
But I mean, there's a plethora of guns here that we've got, and I think that, between Eric and I, from the women that we've helped in the store, these are some of the best choices that we have that we can show you guys as far as, what's a good gun for the woman in your life. So.
Yeah, and we'll start off with the one that my lady carries, and that's a Ruger LCP. She likes the Ruger LCP with the laser on it, and she's got a Crimson Trace laser on hers that she likes a lot, and it does a great job. And the little guns are robust, they're accurate, they're very reliable for what they are. And I'll tell you what, it's a gun that my wife carries everywhere she goes. And remember, in some of our previous videos, we've talked about what makes a concealed carry weapon good. Well, it's going to be the concealed carry weapon you actually carry every single day. Now, if that means toting around a Ruger LCP and that's all you're going to carry, but you're going to carry every day, well, then that's the ideal carry gun.
Certainly is.
It's lightweight, small and compact, very decent trigger. I can most certainly recommend the Ruger LCP for just about anything. They're relatively easy to pull the slides back on. Lasers, what do you think?
Well, these guns are great, and with the laser configuration on, there's a number of different manufacturers that produce a little laser grip for the gun. This is actually a Laser Max. It actually has an on-off switch on either side. Okay, so you actually have to think about turning the laser on in a stressful situation. Now, the Crimson Trace grips for this gun actually have a pressure point right here on the grip. So when you grip the gun, the laser comes on, you don't have to think about it.
Right.
And one of the other good points of this gun too is if it's fully loaded, ready to go, you just pull it out, point the gun and pull the trigger, and then you're done. And good thing about the laser too is that the sights on this gun are kind of hard to pick up because there's really no sighting options for this gun other than what's there. It's built into the slide. So a laser on the gun is a very, very nice feature for this particular weapon.
Yeah, I agree. And the LCP is a great gun. I think my wife has probably shot close to maybe about 300 or 400 rounds out of hers since she's had it, and we haven't had a single stoppage out of it or anything like that. Now, if you want a little bit more power, you want to step up to a little bit larger auto. Here we've got the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. As many of you guys know, we've always been an advocate for this gun. This is a wonderful firearm, very slim, easy to work the slide on it. Some ladies prefer manual safety. This gun does have a manual safety on the left side of the frame. So you got a manual safety, you've got sights that are easy to pick up, you've got a nice trigger, you've got a very slim setup that you have a +1 extension or a flat base magazine that can go in for concealed carry.
Oh, yeah. And one of the other good things about this gun too is, like Eric mentioned, it's very slim, being a single stack 9mm.
Sure.
And a lot of the women nowadays, they're actually wanting to carry on their person every single day, and not really in their purse, because you got to think, all right, if you've got someone coming at you or whatever, just all of a sudden with a knife or whatever, and they're going to come to kill you, what's it going to take to get that gun out of your purse? So a lot of ladies are actually wanting to carry, in the waistband holster, like on their thigh, inside of their thigh, that kind of thing, where it's a little bit more easily accessible.
Well, the thing to remember too is that not only is drawing a gun out of the purse cumbersome for some ladies, but also in a theft situation where someone's trying to steal from you, they're going to be trying to steal your purse.
Oh yeah, so they might get your gun too.
You don't want to inadvertently have them rifle through your possessions and then go, oh wow, here's a gun, now I'm going to do even more, whatever that may be. Automatics are a great choice rapid follow-up shots, respectable triggers, good sighting arrangements. Magazine-fed semi-automatic pistol is an excellent choice overall. If you keep it clean and feed it good ammunition, they're generally going to be extremely reliable, which leads us to our next choice.
Oh, yeah.
And now I've thought really hard about the idea of different revolver options for concealed carry or for just everyday personal protection or a car gun or whatever for a female. And I think the Bodyguard 38, this is a 38 special revolver from Smith & Wesson, is an excellent choice because it's very easy to operate. It's got the crane release on the top of the frame, which is very simple and straightforward, and it's ambidextrous. You've got a laser, which a lot of females these days, and guys alike, are really coming to find that lasers are an excellent addition to a concealed carry or defensive pistol, just because it gives you that psychological factor added into when you point the gun. The bad guy sees a laser and they go, holy crap, and they automatically think gun.
Oh, yeah. Well, too, I mean, not only that, but also just not having to try to pick up, the front and the rear sight. I mean, just point the gun naturally, and then you can see that laser right on the target, and that's definitely an easy indicator of where your shots are going to land. Plus, too, I mean, like Eric said, with the revolver, these things are very reliable, and if you do have a stoppage with a revolver, all you have to do is pull the trigger again, and you rotate the cylinder to the next round, and you're good to go. With an auto, I mean, a lot of women may not be as familiar with those weapons as some of the men that come in the shop, or just their husbands, or anybody who shoots more regularly, and they may not have the capacity or the familiarization with the weapon to actually clear it in a quick fashion and move on and be able to engage the target again. So a revolver, oops, didn't miss, or misfired, oh, shoot again, boom, ready to go.
Right. Revolvers are an excellent choice, I mean, because of their reliability, their ease of maintenance. It's one of those guns that you can just take and say, all right, honey, take this gun, put 5 shots in it, close the cylinder, make sure it's indexed, and this gun's ready to shoot. It's easy to make a female or anyone, not necessarily female, but just anyone that's, say, new to firearms, or maybe they lack the hand strength. This gun does have a double action only trigger. So for some of the, let's just say more elderly people that may not have a lot of hand strength, this gun is very reliable and very easy to use. However, without a laser, might be hard if people have a hard time seeing well, or if maybe you have arthritis or other limited mobility due to age or other factors. It might be a little bit hard to squeeze that double action trigger. So that might be something to consider.
Oh, yeah.
Now that leads us to the next one, the Diamondback DB9. This is a 9mm semi-automatic, magazine-fed little pistol here, and it's basically like a little itty-bitty single-stack baby Glock. I like this gun. It does score relatively low marks in this lineup, mainly because the slide on this thing is relatively difficult to pull back, and that's something that's going to be a big factor for a lady. They need to be able to pull slide back easy to verify the chamber is loaded or not, chamber checks, manual of arms, operating the gun, clearing stoppages. And in that aspect, it might be just a little bit less.
It is. And what we try to teach the women that come in the shop a lot, I mean, as far as racking the slide, you do kind of a push-pull arrangement where you get kind of double the force going. You push and pull, and you get that slide right back. But like Eric said, this thing does have a very, very hefty recoil spring.
It's got an excellent trigger, though.
It does.
The trigger on that gun is wonderful.
Oh yeah, I forgot about these. This is a very nice
got a good trigger. That's an easy gun to shoot. It's got decent little sights that pick up relatively easily, and that's a gun that qualifies, I mean, in my opinion, as being a gun that is so easy to just slip in your purse or inside the waistband, or anywhere. Or if you ladies haven't seen it, the Bang Bra.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Bang Bra?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bra with a holster built into it. So for some of you more well-endowed ladies, that's an extra concealed carry option.
Yeah. Another cool thing about the DB9 is it's actually not much bigger than a Ruger LCP. I mean, you've got the LCP in 380, the DB9 on the bottom in 9mm, and the grip is a little bit larger in size, and the barrel is just a touch bit longer. But, I mean, you do have interchangeable sights on the DB9, a couple other features that you don't find on the LCP, plus the extra power of 9mm, which is a great option. I mean,
one downside of this gun is slightly snappy recoil impulse.
Yep.
Might turn some people away, might not. This leads us to the fifth one, last but certainly not least. We did a review recently on the Sky CPX2. And this is a very interesting gun, and it's kind of started to grow on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Sky actually makes this gun now with a pink frame and stainless barrel and slide. And we actually had 3 of the pink guns in stock, and they sold all within the last week. And I didn't have one available to show you.
They went like hotcakes.
I know, they sell great. And for a $300 gun, it's a double stack 9mm semi-automatic. and holds 10 shots in the magazine. Stainless, so if it's riding, say, inside the waistband or anywhere near your skin, you don't have to worry about rusting on any of the parts. Also, this gun has one of the best warranties in the industry in terms of them replacing it. And if you guys are interested in seeing a full review on this gun, just check the link below. We did a full shootout on this thing, and it's a pretty decent little shooter.
It is a decent shooter. I think that Eric did a little bit better than I did. I just couldn't quite get used to the trigger, but I mean, with a little bit more time and effort, I think that you can get used to the trigger pull on this thing. And it is lightweight. I mean, the trigger does feel like a staple gun, but it is reliable. I mean, we didn't have a single problem out of this gun all day long.
Yeah, I mean, reliability-wise, it's definitely on board. The only minor detractor to that gun, I would say, is that for some females that may not have, quite the hand strength, it does have a considerable trigger to get over. My wife actually shot this gun, and we were comparing this to her LCP, and she didn't like the gun just because the trigger was a little bit heavy on it. But of course, some of them I've seen have really, really nice triggers, whereby some of them are a little bit heavier. So what I would suggest is if you're going to look at one of these for a young lady or anybody with limited hand strength, I would consider checking out the triggers on them and just picking out one that's got a nice trigger. Some of them are a little heavier than others, so that might be one thing to consider. Recoil impulse, a little bit snappy.
It is a little snappy.
But an acceptable auto. I mean, especially for the money. I mean, this is a $300 gun. For something that can defend you for $300, you can't beat it.
And too, there's always a trade-off as far as weight and then felt recoil. I mean, the lighter weight the gun is, obviously, the more felt recoil is going to be, put into your arms and your upper body.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to get more recoil out of a lightweight gun.
Well, this bodyguard's a little snappy.
It is a little snappy. I mean, because it's like an aluminum frame gun, pretty much. The lower is all polymer, and then it just has a steel insert for the barrel. I mean, it's really lightweight. I mean, this thing weighs.
It's less than a J-frame.
Like a pound and a half, maybe?
I mean, it was less than a 642.
Yeah, it's less than a 642.
So it's certainly lighter, and that's a gun that I've actually been looking at for myself. It's just a good, Smith & Wesson airweight 642, just something lightweight, good everyday carry gun, similar to what Chad's carrying. He's carrying a Model 60, which is an all-steel 38, which is a little bit heavier.
It's a little bit heavier.
Although an acceptable gun, very robust construction, stainless, that whole deal. But anyway, we appreciate you guys watching, and girls, watching this video today. We put a lot of thought into these videos. We don't just throw these together. This is a subject matter that we've been thinking about for quite some time now, and these are the guns we decided on. If you have any questions about any of these firearms or anything at all, if you want to come by and check them out, you can give us a call here at the shop. The information's below. And, we really appreciate you watching. These 5 Guns videos have worked out really well, haven't they?
Yeah, they seem to do very well. And, we like to put together these informative videos for you guys. I mean, if a subject comes up in the shop, 5 guns for whatever purpose, we want to do a video on it. And this is one topic that we have gotten a lot of requests for and just a lot of questions. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of women that come into the shop and they are, like I said, either shopping for their first gun or their husband brings them in. So this is kind of directed to you women out there, who are maybe just looking at these type of guns and just have that question and want an answer. So.
Outstanding. Well, we appreciate y'all's time today. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.
Take it easy.